First of all, my name is CPA Philip Muigei, Speaker of your Singishu County Assembly and also the Treasurer of County Assemblies Forum. I will go to do my Treasurer's report and remarks. The Chairperson, the Secretary General, honorable members, and all protocol observed. Good morning. It's my privilege to present the financial report of the County Assemblies Forum. As a treasurer, I am entrusted with ensuring transparency, accountability, and prudent stewardship of our resources. This year has presented challenges, particularly with reduced remittance that have placed pressure on our financial positions. Even so, we have remained committed to carefully managing and safeguarding the sustainability of our organization. In my report today, I will outline our subscription performance, highlight trends in remittance, and share some insights on the way forward. Afterwards, I will invite our auditor to present the auditor's report to this General Assembly. Our report, as projected, our agenda today is for subscription performance analysis, value proposition, challenges and remedies, our asks from the General Assembly, and lastly, our external auditor's report. Honorable members, colleagues, our primary revenue source is mainly funded through annual subscription from county assemblies, and in any way or the other way, we receive donors from external organizations. Primary use of our funds is one, to promote networking and synergy among 47 county assemblies, coordinate capacity building for CAF members, coordinate intergovernmental relations, enhance good practice in legislative development and oversight, developing policy briefs and other relevant documents, and facilitating the administrative and operational costs of our secretariat. Honorable members, before I go to performance analysis, in our table before, maybe I will request, yes, this is our performance subscription analysis. Kindly, we have categorized this one into zones. We have the green, blue, beige, and I don't know what color is that one, and the red one. So as you can see, we have a compliant counties, and I want to applaud the Nairobi County, the Kitui County, and Mandera County. They are almost fully compliant. And my senior here, Speaker of Kitui. So Kitui, Nairobi, and Mandera are fully compliant. We have Elgeyo Marakwet, Vihiga, Kwale, and Embu are in the blue zone. Another, is it you know, men are colorblind, so I don't know that that color is which one. We have Bungoma, Taita Taveta, Makueni, Busia, Kiambu, Kisumu, Wajir, Kisii, Nyandarua, Nakuru, Machakos, Marsabit, Laikipia, Uasin Gishu, and Meru. Is it pink? It's almost pink. As you can see, honorable members, and then we have the last lot, Murang'a, Kajiado, Kakamega, Migori, West Pokot, Samburu, Nyeri, Trans Nzoia, Baringo, Kilifi, Turkana, Garissa, Bomet, Kericho, Homa Bay, and Isiolo on the another zone. And we have the red zone, Tana River, Siaya, Nyamira, Narok, Kirinyaga, Nandi, Tharaka Nithi, Lamu, and Mombasa. So that's our analysis on the subscription part. Honorable members, on the 5-year financial performance analysis, as you can see in your projector, in 2020-21 financial year, we had a subscription received around 110 billion, around 47%. In 2021-2022, we have 99 million, around 42%. There was a reduction of almost 5%. 2022-2023, we had around 90 million, as a 38%. There's a reduction of almost 4%. 2023-2024, we had 70 million as our subscriptions, and that amounts to almost 30%, a reduction of 8%. As at now, it's supposed to be 2024-2025, no, 2025-2026. As at now, we have received 21 million. 8 months down the line, and we are at 9%. So as you can see, that's how our subscription analysis is. Let me go to another item, our value proposition. Majorly our activities in Kicc surround the timeless county subscriptions, remittance. We don't have any other source of income. Number one, we have lobbying and advocacy. National Parliament, especially on the issue of financial autonomy that was passed last year. Engagement with CRA on allocation to counties. You can see next below. Engagement with SRC on members' welfare, as you had, the SG had elaborated so much on the issue of engagement between SRC on our welfare. We have also had litigation with matters of interest to county assemblies, e.g. taxation on motor vehicle, reimbursement. I think the SG also had elaborated on that one. We had also capacity building of members, and majorly we have Kicc flagship events that we normally do in every financial year. That's annual legislative summit, annual general meeting like this that we are doing it today. Annual legislative summit, we will be doing it in April, God willing. We have chapter meetings. I know majority leaders, deputy speakers, majority whips, minority whips. We normally do chairs of chapter meetings. We have women conferences. Women conference, this year women conference will happen in Embu. I think that's next month from 3rd to 5th. We have youth conference. We have PWD conference. I think this one took place last, I think it was January or December. And the last one is administrative costs, that is salaries and rent for secretariat. We have challenges that we have experienced for these almost 5 financial years. Number one, delay exchequer release. Recommendation by PSC on surcharging of accounting officers, that's the clerks in our county assemblies. Delay in passing of the intergovernmental relations amendment bill, anchoring of Kicc into law, which is, I know, for those of us who are coming from UDA, who are UDA members, there was pronouncement by the president when we had a visit in State House, and I know in the coming few months we'll be able to receive the boost of Parliament passing this intergovernmental relations amendment bill, anchoring Kicc into law. We have also the budget cuts in last financial year 2024-2025. Our CRA reduced our county assemblies budget significantly, and that's why it affects our subscription. Honorable members, the remedies to this: financial autonomy for county assemblies. I know we are in progress, and maybe in starting 1st July 2026, our financial autonomy will take place. Anchorage of Kicc into law, I think I've explained this. Continuous engagement with CRA on county assemblies allocation. Increased engagements with county assemblies and its members through LEXAM, that's Legislative Summit, AGM, and other capacity building events. And also the last one is the goodwill from county assemblies to supporting the forum. What we are asking from this General Assembly, honorable members, budgeting of Kicc's subscriptions in your budgets, and collective responsibility by ensuring all county assemblies to support Kicc. Honorable members, thank you so much for listening to me. That's Treasurer's report and Treasurer's remarks for this forum. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, honorable members. And before I finalize, I will kindly request our external auditor to come and present for us the external audit report within 5 minutes. Mr. Maina, if you are... Oh, okay. Welcome. Thank you so much. Karibu.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Treasurer. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Chair, Secretary General Kicc, officials, honorable members, and speakers of the county assemblies, good morning. My names are CPA John Mwangi Masharia. I practice with the firm JM Associates, and I was the auditor for Kicc for the year ended June 2024. So the opinion that we are presenting today is basically for the year June 2024. And I think by and large, what the Honorable Treasurer has mentioned is part and parcel of what we have been able to observe. Our role is to look through the financials, look through the accounts and procedures of the organization, and try and ascertain if they are actually reflective of what happened. And part of our process is that one of looking through on the going concern of the organization. And as I think the Honorable Treasurer has mentioned, we had, of course, significant issues around the going concern concerning that revenues have been declining over time. And of course, the other thing, because we are reporting on cash basis, the other thing is that the organization is not able to implement all its activities through the budgets that have been provided. So that is a significant issue that we found. And the other critical thing is of course the anchoring of Kicc into law, so that it is able to follow through the guidelines of all public institutions in Kenya, which is the Public Finance Management Act of 2012. For it to be able to follow through that 100%, then the anchoring of law has to come into place. So I'll go straight to the opinion. So in our opinion for that particular year, we gave an unqualified opinion. Basically, what this means is that after the review of the various statements, receipts, payments, statements of cash flows for that particular year, and summaries, we found that the statements have been prepared in a fair view, and the financial assets and liabilities of Kicc have been fairly stated. And of course, this is within the International Public Sector Accounting Standards, IPSAS, and also in compliance with the Public Finance Management Act of 2012. So those are the basic anchors of our opinion, and we want to confirm that we are independent of the County Assembly in accordance with the International Code of Ethics of Professional Accountants, including international independent standards issued by the International Ethics Standards Board and accountants. And that, of course, we have to declare this and be able to report on the same. The other key thing is what I said. One key audit matter that we found is, of course, the anchoring of law of CAF. Right now, as of today, it is still set up as a society, but the reporting guidelines that it is required is also of IPSAS. So the officials and through the, of course, the Secretary General, of course, confirmed to us that there is work in progress to ensure that CAF is properly anchored in law, and the registration processes are ongoing to ensure that this is happening, so that you can actually fully report as per the IPSAS. The other bit, of course, is to just mention the responsibilities of the preparation of the financial statements lay with management. Ours is to give reasonable assurance and ensure that the financial statement as a whole are free from material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error, and to issue an auditor's report that includes the opinion in accordance with the standards and provisions of the Public Finance Management Act. Reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but it's not a guarantee, of course, that the audit conducted in IPSAS will always detect material misstatements when it exists. Misstatements can arise sometimes through fraud, but we can confirm that we did not come across this. As part of our work, we are required to identify, assess risks and material misstatements, obtain sufficient audit evidence, evaluate the appropriateness of the accounting policies, and also conclude on the appropriateness of management in the use of applicable basis of accounting and the controls that they put in place to ensure that the accounts are properly prepared. And our conclusions, hence, are based on the fact that the evidence that we collected shows that this has been the case. And of course, we evaluate the overall presentation structure and content of the financial statements, including the disclosures. So the financials have disclosures, have elements of explanations, which again also we have communicated to management regarding the performance. So in a nutshell, I'll want to stop there, because the role of us at this particular meeting is to read the opinion and to confirm that the financials have been prepared in the proper way. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Auditor. As you can see, and you need to maybe give a round of applause to the CAF Secretariat and the CAF leadership, because this is the first time in so many years of presenting the auditor's account openly in the General Assembly. So tupige makofi hata kidogo jameni. So thank you so much. I need maybe I will request the SG to take over from there so that we can have adoption of this treasurer's report. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Asante sana.
Bwana Treasurer, hiyo kazi ungefanya tu. May I get a proposer and a seconder for the financial report as tabled by the Treasurer of the County Assemblies Forum for the year ended 30th June 2024. Again, a lady and a gentleman. Kama we ni mtu una understand hizo mahesabu mingi, ma qualified opinion, kama sisi watu wa Public Accounts Committee, there's a lady there, and I want a lady and a gentleman. Aha, Mike iko pale? Yes, get me that member pale ako hapo. The lady just there. Yes, huyo. And then we get another gentleman from this end. When Mdos nataka member ako wapi? Ako wapi? The lady, yes.
My name is Helen Okello from Nairobi Assembly. I propose.
Thank you. The Honorable Helen Okello from Nairobi proposes for the adoption of the financial report. This side, the gentleman in a hat, thanks.
My name is Daniel Kimuyu, coming from Taita Taveta County Assembly, and I second. Thank you.
Thank you, the Honorable Daniel Kimuyu, Taita Taveta seconds. So, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, we have the audited report and also the financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2024, having been proposed and adopted, be passed as resolutions of this House. I beg to submit. I thank you.
Okay. Asante Bwana SG. With your permission, Chair, allow me to recognize the following leaders. Our host speaker, Honorable Ken Ngondi, please mpigie makofi. Asante sana. Recognitions are received. We have Honorable Agiri Mlongo and Honorable Alan Nyongeza, Chief Whip and Minority Chief Whip accordingly, and Honorable Deputy Minority Leader Evelyn Mtiembu. Karibu sana Nimrod.
Asante sana. Asante sana Organizing Secretary. Mabibi na mabwana, angalau kwa sasa tumefikia kidogo ukingo wa kipindi hicho cha kutoa ripoti ambazo nafikiri nyote mmeweza kuzifuatilia. I just want to bring to your attention that we are displaying a QR code on the screens ambapo tunaweza kutuma maswali yetu. All right? All you have to do is take your smartphone, put it on close up kwenye camera, alafu uweze kupata hiyo QR code. It'll guide you and give you directions and instructions as to how to send in your questions. And then when we have time later on today, nafikiri wangwana waheshimiwa walioko hapa watapata nafasi ya kujibu. We're going to display the QR code very briefly. Ladies and gentlemen, mtaniwia radhi. Hapo awali mimi nimewakaribisha hapa, lakini nikana kwamba nimefanya kierere kuwakaribisha. Maana mimi si mwenyeji wa hapa. Mwenyeji wa hapa yuko. Nimeambiwa yuko na lazima nimtaje, aje kwa dakika moja tu atukaribishe kirasmi wageni wote kutoka sehemu zote za taifa hili. Nairobi Central Ward member of County Assembly hapa Nairobi, anayewakilisha Nairobi Central Ward. Mpigieni makofi Bwana John Mwaniki Kweya. Aje atusalimie na atukaribishe tu rasmi kwa dakika chache sana, kwa sababu kipindi chetu rasmi kiko karibu kuanza cha pili.
Asante Bwana Nimrod. Habari zenu? Good morning. Kwa majina naitwa Mwaniki Kwenya. Mimi ndiye MC ambaye amechaguliwa hapa Town Center CBD kutoka kule Misiam kwenda mpaka Komba, na KICC iko ndani ya hii ward. Kwa hivyo ninawakaribisha kutoka Mombasa kwenda Kisumu, toka huko Rodwa. Nyinyi wote karibuni Nairobi, mjisikie mkiwa nyumbani. Ukitaka chakula, ukitaka mavazi, ingia kwa hoteli yoyote, itisha. Mimi kinitumia namba nitawaambia wewe ni mheshimiwa ulipe. Asante sana. Karibuni sana Nairobi. Mungu awabariki sana.
Asante mheshimiwa. All right. Before I invite the Speaker, Nairobi County Assembly, nataka nimuite Clerk Charles Wafula on behalf of the clerks. Very briefly, just 1 minute. Wafula, just very briefly.
Thank you very much. The leadership of CAF, honorable members, good morning. Good morning again. My name is Charles Wafula, the Clerk County Assembly of Bungoma. And what I just want to assure CAF and honorable members on behalf of the clerks that we will always support CAF and our honorable members. Thank you.
Asante, tunakwenda mbio mbio manake tunatarajia wakati wote Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya Daktari William Samoei Ruto atakuwa anakuja. Namuomba Spika wa County ya Assembly ya Nairobi aje kwa kifupi, alafu pia akimaliza tu kwa dakika moja aje amkaribishe Mheshimiwa mbunge kutoka Mathira constituency ambaye pia alikuwa mmoja wenu ambaye mmetangulia kumjulishwa kwenu, na wakati mmoja pia alikuwa mwakilishi wodi katika eneo la Konyu. Aje pia azungumze. Mheshimiwa Eric Wamumbi atakuja kuzungumza kwa dakika chache tu baada ya Spika wa County ya Nairobi. Kwa kifupi tu Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Talam. Distinguished members of the county assemblies coming from the various corners of this great country of Kenya, good morning. Habari zenu. Our secretariat, the officials of the CAF, habari zenu. Yangu ni kuwakaribisha kwa mji ambaye tunasema is full of potential. Karibuni sana na mujisikie nyumbani, na musitoke bila kununua ploti Nairobi, so that when you come you don't stay in hotels. I just have a brief remark which is scripted for future reference and archives, and you will allow me, Chairperson, to read. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to Nairobi City County for this important County Assemblies Forum engagement. On behalf of the Nairobi City County Assembly and the people of Nairobi, we proudly serve. I do extend our warmest welcome to each one of you. Nairobi, as the capital city of the Republic of Kenya, holds a unique place in our country's governance structure. As a county assembly, we appreciate the critical role that the devolved units play in strengthening democracy, deepening oversight, and enhancing effective representation of our wananchi. The County Assemblies Forum remains a vital platform for collaboration, peer learning, and the advancement of legislative best practices across our 47 counties. Through unity of purpose and shared commitment, we continue to strengthen our devolution and safeguarding the interest of our citizens. As a host, we are honored that you have chosen Nairobi for this engagement. We trust that your deliberations will be productive and that the resolutions made here will further enhance the capacity, independence, and effectiveness of the county assemblies across Kenya. Once again, I welcome you. Karibuni sana to Nairobi, the city under the sun. May your stay be pleasant and your discussions be impactful to the county assemblies. Thank you and feel blessed. Thank you. Asante sana cha. Okay. It's my pleasure and honor to invite the invited guest, who is the MP, Eric. Mheshimiwa, karibu. Thank you. You're right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Our Honorable Chairman, Secretary General, and all officials, honorable members, good morning. My name is Eric Wamumbi, the Member of Parliament for Mathira constituency. I served as an MCA between 2017 and 2022, and by the grace of God, I became MP in 2022, and also by grace of God, I served as SG of County Assemblies Forum. For a period I was an MCA, and I am happy by the progress you people have made so far. Your leadership has made very good progress from where we left it, and I have come here this morning as an ambassador of County Assemblies Forum, because there are so many things we did, there are others we did not achieve. The leadership is pushing some of those things that we did not achieve. And as a member of parliament, I've come here to promise my support to you, because I have interest in the success of County Assemblies Forum. Because I was an SG, I have interest for your success. And once an MCA, always an MCA. Even in parliament, we call those of us who have served as councillors and MCAs, we call ourselves MCAs, because once an MCA, always an MCA. And your interest are in our hearts, and we are going to make sure that we push some of the things you are pushing, so that when you succeed, we look back and feel happy seeing the success. Seeing that you are succeeding. But I must say, SG Chege Mwaura, I am saddened this morning to learn that only 21 county assemblies are subscribing. You remember during those days, we used to hit 85 to 90% of county assemblies who used to subscribe. So I want to plead with all speakers, please, because we are going to make positive strides to make sure that county assembly is anchored into law. Please, let's subscribe for the benefit of County Assembly Forum, so that you can be able to do your activities, support members, support all the caucus you have, women caucus, youth caucus, disability, all those caucus that you have. Number two, I think your challenges are going to be sorted in only two categories. You may be having very many challenges, but I believe those challenges can be handled into two angles. And number one, if we can succeed to anchor County Assemblies Forum into law, we will have sorted a lot of issues that you are facing. The report was tabled in National Assembly. There was a bit of politics about whether the bill is a money bill, but that's a small issue, because the only concept of money is within the Secretariat. And I have come here to commit that we are going to sit down with the Speaker, so that the bill can be read for a second time, and we make progress. And I know His Excellency is going to also commit his support to make sure that the bill is going to be read for a second time. But as a member who sits where the bill is, I am committing myself to make sure that I am an ambassador, and those of us who support County Assemblies Forum, we make sure that the bill is going to be read for a second time. And I know once CAF is anchored into law, many challenges you usually go through are going to be sorted out. And number two, since 2013 to date, you have been in one job group, and that's a challenge. That's a thorn you have been gone through. And I believe from D4 to E1 will be a good thing for now, so that at least also pia nyinyi musonge from job group D4 to E1. And I believe, honorable speakers, with only those two interventions, most of your challenges are going to be sorted out. And let me advise you, because I was an SG and an MCA also. When boss comes, don't give too much demands. If you concentrate on those two, na to make sure zimetimizwa, You know, if those two are sorted out, then I believe many challenges are going to be sorted out within those two interventions. So with those few remarks, I wish you well. We are going to offer support to you. We are going to be ambassadors of County Assemblies Forum, because once an MCA, always an MCA. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Makofi tena kwa Mheshimiwa Eric Wamumbi, Member of Parliament representing Madeira constituency, and also one-time member of the County Assembly of Nyeri representing Konyu Ward. Asante sana for your wonderful remarks. Mabibi na mabwana, muda usio mrefu sana Mheshimiwa Rais, mgeni wetu wa heshima katika mkutano wetu wa leo, Daktari William Samoei Ruto atakuwa pamoja nasi. Kama mnavyoona kidogo maandalizi yanaenda kushika kasi kuweza kurahisisha mapokezi yake na kumkaribisha hapa. Naomba tufanye kama tunavyofanya mazoea yetu, sio? Tupige shangwe, nderemo, makofi na kadhalika, si ndio? Leo mgeni wa heshima yuko pamoja nasi. Kuna wakati najua mlikuwa mmemtamania aje, lakini kwa kazi nyingi hakuweza kuja, lakini leo atakuwa pamoja na nyinyi nyote. Tumepeana QR code. There's a QR code on the screen. I don't know if you're able to scan it or take a picture of it using your mobile phones. It'll give you directions or instructions how to ask your questions. Of course, the AGM will continue even after the chief guest has delivered his remarks, so that we continue with the Q&A, the plenary session that will be coming afterwards, baada ya kipindi hiki rasmi ambacho kiko karibu kuanza. Utaratibu utakuwa kama ufuatavyo, na nafikiri mtapewa maongozo zaidi kupitia itifaki za Ikulu, kwamba tutaanza na wimbo wa taifa, halafu baadaye wimbo wa Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki, kisha baadaye tutakuwa na maombi, and then after that tutaendelea na shughuli. Bila shaka tutapokeza usukani kwa itifaki za Ikulu kuweza kuendesha kipindi hicho. Kwa hivyo tunaomba muwe makini na utaratibu utakuwa mzuri. Kwa sasa hivi hatuwezi kupokea maswali na kuyajibu kwa sababu viongozi wetu wamekwenda kumlaki mgeni wa heshima kuweza kuja. Kwa hivyo tunaomba muda kidogo tuweze kuburudika kwa dakika chache tu. Nitampa nafasi mwenzetu aweze kutuchezea nyimbo za kizalendo kwa muda mchache tu, halafu tuweze kuendelea na utaratibu. Narudia tena kama nilivyosema hapo awali, what I'd mention is we do have the exit points where you can use the washrooms, but please bear in mind that once milango hii imefungwa hautaweza kuenda nje tena, na wasihi kama huna haja ya kutoka usiondoke sasa hivi, tuweze kuwa na nafasi nzuri pamoja na Mheshimiwa Rais. Simu zenu naomba nasisitiza tuziweke silent ama vibrate, ili tuweze kuwa na mazungumzo na mjadala, na pia kuweza kusikiza hotuba ambazo zitakuwa zinasomwa. Kwa hayo machache tutarejea kuwapa mengi zaidi, lakini kwa sasa tupate nyimbo za kizalendo tukisubiri kipindi cha pili kuanza rasmi.
Sound check. Sound check. Done.
Zuia kidogo. Asante.
Done. Sound check. Clarity check 1 2. Clarity check. Sound check. Asante sana mwenzangu Nimrotabo. Niombe kwanza kuijaribu mitambo yetu kwanza, tuhakikishe kwamba mitambo iko salama. Sound check 1 2 3. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1 2 3. Sound clarity check. Sound 1 2 3. Tunaendelea kusubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi, Rais wa Jamhuri yetu ya Kenya, aliye pia Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa Majeshi ya Ulinzi, Daktari William Samoei Ruto, ambaye kama jinsi tulivyoelezwa akishafika hapa sote tutaombwa kusimama. Atakapoingia ndani tutafuata ratiba jinsi ilivyosemekana, tutakuwa na sehemu ya maombi, alafu kisha tutaendelea na mkutano wetu. Asanteni sana waheshimiwa wote mliofika hapa kwa ajili ya hafla ya siku ya leo, tukiendelea kuhakikisha kwamba mitambo iko salama. 1, 2, 3, clarity check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sound check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clarity check. Sound check. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1, 2, 3. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Clarity check. Ukaguzi wa mitambo yetu 1, 2, 3, tukihakikisha kwamba mitambo yetu iko salama. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1, 2, 3, tukihakikisha kwamba sauti ziko salama, mitambo iko salama. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1, 2, 3. Ukaguzi wa mitambo yetu 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Clarity check. 1, 2, 3, tukihakikisha kwamba sauti ziko salama, mitambo yetu iko salama. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Clarity check. 1, 2, 3. Sound clarity check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ukaguzi wa mitambo 1, 2, 3, tukihakikisha kwamba mitambo iko salama, sauti zetu ziko sawa. 1, 2, 3. Ni furaha iliyoje siku ya leo, tukiendelea kusubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi, Rais wa Jamhuri yetu ya Kenya, aliye pia Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa Majeshi ya Ulinzi, Daktari William Samoei Ruto, ambaye kwa muda usiokuwa mbali ataungana pamoja nasi kwenye hafla hii, hafla ya kipekee. We sincerely appreciate you for having made time to come here for this County Assembly Forum, the annual general meeting, the year 2026. Just trying to make sure that our sound is clear. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Clarity check. As earlier guided, at the arrival of His Excellency the President, we will all be requested to be upstanding, and thereafter we will have the national anthem followed by the prayers. And there will be also a likelihood that the national anthem may be done also by the band out there. So let's prepare ourselves that at his arrival we will all be upstanding. Let's ensure that our phones are on silent. Kindly ensure your phone is on silent mode so that we don't have any interference during the session. Kwa sasa tunaendelea kuhakikisha mitambo iko salama wa salmi. Asanteni sana. Nitaomba sasa tutaendelea na burudani fupi tunaposubiri kuwasili. Subiri kidogo DJ.
Yeah, sound 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, check. 1, majaribio sauti 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, check. Sound 1, 1, 2, yeah.
Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Ukaguzi wa mitambo yetu 1, 2, 3. Naona tunaendelea kusubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi. Nitaendelea kuomba utulivu wa kila mmoja wetu. Kama jinsi tunavyoingia, tafadhali hakikisha umepata mahala pa kuketi ili tutakapoanza ratiba hii tusiwe na sehemu ya kuhangaika hata kidogo. Asanteni sana waheshimiwa wote waliofika, tukihakikisha kwamba mitambo yetu iko salama wa salmin. Tutaendelea sasa na burudani asubuhi ya leo, tukisubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. DJ. In the meantime, if you would like to visit the facilities, you are simply requested to do so that during the time of our session, we shall all be settled. Yeah, DJ, give us some.
Yule pale, yule subject atano.
Sisi sote wananchi tushangilie. Sisi sote wananchi tushangilie.
Beautiful rendition from the Presidential Escort Band as we await for the arrival of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. At the moment he arrives, we'll all be requested to be upstanding as we welcome our chief guests. We continue with the beautiful rendition from the Presidential Escort Band. burudani safi. Tuwapigie makofi bendi ya msafara wa rais tunaposubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, ambaye tayari ashafika hapa. Kwa muda usiokuwa mbali ataungana pamoja nasi. Kama vile tulivyokuwa tumeeleza hapo awali, tafadhali tuhakikishe simu zetu zimewekwa into silent mode tunapoendelea na ratiba yetu ya mkutano. Kwa heshima niombe kuwarejesha tena bendi ya msafara wa rais katika ratiba ya burudani. Tuwapigie tena makofi bendi ya msafara wa rais. Wimbo ni Nasiri kutoka kwake mwimbaji Israel Mbonyi. Tunaomba pia wimbo wa pili kama huo wa kuturejesha kwake Mwenyezi Mungu, tunapoendelea kusubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Bendi ya msafara wa rais, tuomba wimbo mwingine. Tuwapigie makofi tena bendi ya msafara wa rais wanapoendelea kutupa burudani asubuhi ya leo. Wimbo usiende mbali nami, mimi bado nakupenda. Tutaendelea kusikiza burudani kutoka kwa bendi ya msafara wa rais tunaposubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi. Twende kazi, bendi ya msafara wa rais. Tuwapigie tena bendi ya msafara wa rais makofi mazuri. Wimbo Heal the World uliojulikana enzi zile kutoka kwake Mike Jackson. Tunaendelea kusubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi. Atakapofika tutaombwa sisi wote tuweze kusimama, kisha tutapata wimbo wa taifa na kisha baadaye tutakuwa na sehemu ya maombi, alafu kisha ratiba itaendelea. Kwa sasa tunasubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi tunapoendelea na burudani kutoka kwa bendi ya msafara wa rais. Wana mchakato wa nyimbo mbalimbali ambazo wameweza kutupa asubuhi ya leo. Tuendelee bendi ya msafara. Makofi mazuri kwa bendi yetu. Mchakato wa nyimbo za kikale za kisasa, wimbo Power Power kama unavyojulikana na vizazi vya sasa, ulioimbwa naye Mbosso na wengine wengi. Tutaendelea tu na burudani tukisubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu pamoja na viongozi wengine watakaoandamana pamoja naye. Wakifika hapa tutapeana nafasi ya wimbo wa taifa, maombi, alafu kisha tutaendelea na ratiba asubuhi ya leo. Tunaendelea tu na mchakato wa nyimbo hizi tunaposubiri. Karibu bendi ya msafara wa rais. Makofi tena tafadhali. Wimbo Enjoy na Diamond Platnumz ambaye kweli anajulikana kwa nyimbo tamu kabisa, ambao niliwaeleza bendi ya msafara wetu wa rais ni bendi ambayo inajulikana kwa mchakato wa nyimbo mbalimbali na wataendelea kutupa burudani kwa dakika yote. Sasa Mheshimiwa Rais ataungana pamoja nasi kwenye mkutano huu wa siku ya leo. Tuendelee na bendi tafadhali, tukiendelea na burudani kabla ya mgeni wetu kufika.
Let us all rise. His Excellency the President. With your permission, Your Excellency, we'll all remain standing as we start with the two anthems, the Kenyan National Anthem and the East African Anthem. The anthems. While we remain standing, Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to invite Sheikh Ramadan Mwangi and the Very Reverend Canon Evans Omolo to lead us in a prayer.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم يا الله عز وجل tuombe ujalie kikao ambacho kwamba tuko ndani yake kiwe ni kikao kina baraka na fanaka ndani yake ya Allahu azza wa jalla tuomba wapatie viongozi haswa rais wa nchi ambaye kwamba yuko hapa hekima na uadilifu na hofu katika maamuzi yake ya Allahu azza wa jalla tuomba uongoe viongozi ambao kwamba tuko nao uongoe katika barabara ilonyoka ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tuomba walinde viongozi wetu haswatan rais wa nchi President Samuel Ruto ama President William Samuel Ruto umpatie hikma na umpatie adli na umpatie afya njema na umlinde na katika kila shari ndio aweze kuongoa hili taifa letu la Kenya ya Allahu azza wa jalla tuomba uwajalie viongozi wetu uwarehemu na uwasaidie wawe waadilifu na uweke katika kuleta faraja katika waja wako wa hadha wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Kwa jina la Baba na la Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu. Most gracious and holy God, as we gather today here, joined by His Excellency President William, who meets the world representatives, we submit to your Lordship and authority and ask that you may lead and guide the deliberations set to take place here. We pray for order, for calm, and for good faith in all that will be discussed and agreed on here. We pray for His Excellency President William as he opens his heart to these county representatives in this forum who represent cross-country grassroots concerns. In his usual brilliance, we pray that you may inspire the President to connect the national government's vision and his deliverables as the Chief Executive of Kenya with the aspirations and needs of our counties and communities. We pray that affordable housing, that construction of roads, that provision of electricity, water connections and steady supply will change livelihoods across this country, that agriculture, trade and tourism will thrive. We pray that access to health care will not be merely a preserve of those who have means, but available to all Kenyans regardless of their socio-economic standing. Now we ask that you bless these MCS in their watchdog roles, that they will not be compromised. Instead, make them beacons of hope to those who serve, to those that they serve, and may they be an inspiration to the younger generation of what it means to serve humanity. Hear these prayers we offer to you in Jesus' name.
Let us kindly take our seats. Your Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, also the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, the Governor, Nairobi County, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, Principal Secretary Aurelia Rono, PS for Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Seth Motela, Chair, County Assembly Forum, Honorable Chege Mwaura, SG for CAF, Honorable Ken Ngondi, Host Speaker, Executive Committee members, General Council membership, and all invited guests. Your Excellency, to start us off, allow me to invite the Secretary General, Honorable Chege Mwaura, to come and make some opening remarks as we progress with the program. Tumkaribishe kwa makofi tafadhali. Welcome, Honorable Mwaura.
Thank you very much, our chief guest, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the Excellency Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, Governor of Nairobi, Governor Johnson Arthur Sakaja, members of Parliament present, Principal Secretary present, speakers of the county assemblies present, our House leadership members present, distinguished guests, my colleagues MCAs, good morning, hamjambo, karibuni County Assemblies Forum. Your Excellency, I am both delighted and humbled today to be here welcoming you to this General Assembly for all county assemblies, because in a very unstructured manner, we requested that you grace our event, and without even checking what was in your diary today, you agreed. Tafadhali pigeni Mheshimiwa Rais makofi. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, allow me to introduce the structures of the county assemblies that are here. We have the executive committee members of the County Assemblies Forum. Please stand. Your Excellency, that is the team that has organized this meeting together with the Secretariat. The Governing Council members present also, you can join them by standing. Asanteni Ketini. Your Excellency, I'm also here with the chapter representatives. We have the leadership chapters and the special interest group chapters. The chapters are with the speakers of the County Assemblies Forum. So may I ask the speakers of the County Assemblies present to be upstanding. Your Excellency, there is a chapter on speakers. Pigeni au makofi, asante sana. Within the leadership structures of CAF, we have the deputy speakers who are present, the leaders of majority, please join them, the leaders of minority present, the whips, both majority and minority present. How are Your Excellency are the ones who lead us in the House. Wapigiwe makofi. Asante sana. Again, we also have the special interest group chapters to be within the confines of the Constitution. We have the leadership of the Women Caucus. If the chair is here and the team that the 47 county assembly women in their own county assemblies, please be upstanding. The PWDs also join them. There we have 47 PWDs representing also in our leadership, and the youth of the 47 county assemblies, the leadership can also be standing. Asanteni, we've recognized you. Your Excellency, mine is to just highlight where we have, what we've done so far, and just offer a progress report that we've been able to achieve since getting into office. Your Excellency, when we got into office, this General Assembly tasked us to look into areas of effecting devolution within the county assemblies, and requested that we look at areas that will affect mwananchi, the issues that will strengthen devolution, and number 3, the issues that will guard in their welfare. Your Excellency, in the matters of the mwananchi, we crafted 5 key issues that will now galvanize how we approach the issues between 2022 and 2027. And the key ask there was on the WDF, which is the World Development Fund. And that, Your Excellency, will help us in meeting the needs of the members of public who put us in office. And our ask has been that it be anchored in law the same way that the National Government Constituency Development Fund, the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, and Senate Oversight Fund. As they look for ways to be entrenched in the Constitution, our prayer is that WDF also be enjoined in that bandwagon. Secondly, Your Excellency, was the issues of strengthening devolution. Here we have 2 issues. One was of anchoring of CAF into law. Here, this body will be able to champion issues that are affecting devolution that are common within the 47 counties, because the law provides that the 47 county assemblies operate separately. So the County Assemblies Forum becomes the body that champions issues that are common in nature. there is the Intergovernmental Amendment Relations Bill of 2024 that was passed in the Senate but is in the National Assembly. That law proposes to include the Intergovernmental Technical Relations Committee, the Council of Governors, and the County Assemblies Forum to be enjoined in law so that their secretariats be supported to run effectively without the usual subscription that comes from members. Secondly, again, on the strengthening of devolution, we propose that the financial autonomy for county assemblies be put into law so that we be able to get monies that are from the exchequer directly without going through the CRF. I am very pleased to mention, Your Excellency, that in August last year, after the law had been passed in the Senate and in the National Assembly, Your Excellency, you appended that law into Act, and today we have the financial autonomy, and we want to thank you so much for that. Thirdly, and more importantly, is on the issues of welfare. Here, Your Excellency, these members requested that for us to be able to serve wananchi properly and to be able to strengthen devolution, the welfare of these members need to be relooked at. We've looked at the 3 remuneration cycles that have been done by the SRC, and Your Excellency, since 2013, the members' remuneration cycle has not been improved for the members. And so we have, as requested in the earlier meetings with you, did a request for a job review with SRC, and we did a review, we did new job descriptions, we did a re-evaluation, and what is awaiting now is a job grade and a job group for these members to be able to effectively serve mwananchi and serve their roles as members of devolved functions of government. Again, on the issue of welfare, there is the issue of the taxation of car reimbursements. Your Excellency, in our earlier intervention with you in 2024, you came through and we were able to guide that process be done. And I am happy to announce that 39 county assemblies were able to get refunds. About 9 counties had a dreadlock because KRA had gone to appeal the matter in court that we had done in the High Court. And I'm happy also to, we have placed that in your demand. We will we put our ask to you, and we want to thank you that for the ones who were able to receive their taxation on car reimbursement, we credit to you, and we want to give you a big round of applause for that. Finally, is on the issue of pensions, Your Excellency. Again, this is a big conversation. There is a law that has been passed in Senate and is in the National Assembly. There is a conversation around it. We will wait for your guidance on the same, and we are very happy that of all the 5 issues that this General Assembly requested us to proceed as the Executive Committee, we have tabled all of them to your table, and all of them you have either worked on it to fulfillment or is in the way of fulfillment. With that, I want to thank you so much, and thank you for being a champion of putting the institution of the county assemblies in path to be able to deliver for devolution. Finally, Your Excellency, these members, we are here, we were supposed to be 47 county assemblies. Because of issues of subscription and all, we were not able to come, all of us. But I thank you, because when I briefed that to you, you've maintained that the issue of discipline for members is important, so that the members also strengthen their institution to be able to fight for their issues and to bring the issues into commonality. Finally, Your Excellency, I want to thank you and welcome you officially to this event. All these members are your troops in other political circles, and as members of the County Assembly, we are happy to work with the government in improving devolution and service to the people who elected us. I beg to submit, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bwana SG. Your Excellency, with your permission, we'll now hear the County Assembly Forum Chairperson and Speaker of Kwale County, Honorable Seth Kamanza, to make some brief remarks. Welcome.
Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa majina naitwa Seth Mwatela Kamanza, mimi nikiwa spika wa bunge gatuzi la Kwale, na pia kwa kongamano hili nikiwa kinara wa organization inaitwa Kicc. Na tunakushukuru Mheshimiwa Rais kwa sababu kwa miaka mingi tumekuwa na ule mkutano wetu wa nyuma ya tent, na leo hii tumeweza kufikia katika hicho kilele. Katika hitifaki ambazo zimeweza kuwekwa, ninaomba nikuwe mchache wa maneno kwa sababu mengi tumeweza kuongea na SG na pia tumeweza kukubrief Mheshimiwa Rais. Tunataka hii siku iweze kuwa siku yako ya kuweza kuongea na viongozi wako wa mashinani. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, katika kongamano hili tuko na MCAs 2247 wakiwa 1450 ambao wameweza kuchaguliwa kwa kura. Alafu kuna wale ambao wameweza kuwa nominated na vyama tofauti tofauti wakiwa 797. Mheshimiwa Rais, organization ya Kicc imeanza kutoka mwaka wa 2013 na ni institution ambayo imeweza kuwashirikisha viongozi kutoka kaunti ya 47. Tumekuwa na changamoto, na hizo changamoto Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa nguvu za Mwenyezi Mungu tumeweza kuzipita, na kwa sahihi tunavyoongea tuko katika umoja wa county assembly zote. Mheshimiwa Rais, toka uchaguzi tumeweza kupoteza MCAs kadhaa, ikiwemo MCA wa Kicc ambaye aliweza kupigwa risasi kule Kakamega County. Tuko na MCA pia naye aliweza kupigwa risasi, Nicholas Lorot, MCA wa Burat Ward Isiolo. Tuko na MCA Paul Leshimpiro, MCA wa Angata kutoka Samburu. Pia tuko na MCA ambaye aliweza kuwa abducted kutoka kule Wajia na akapatikana baada ya miezi 6. Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa nguvu hii ya wale MCAs ambao tumeweza kuwapoteza, ninaomba kwa sababu huu ndio tunaweza sema mkutano wa kwanza tumeweza kukutana, tuweze kusimama tu kwa dakika moja kuweza kukumbuka wenzetu ambao wameweza kutuacha. Amin. Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa miaka tumeweza kukua na umoja, lakini kuna changamoto ambazo viongozi hawa wameweza kuzipata. Kwa mfano, mara nyingi tumekuwa tukiomba mapeni kutoka katika executive ama zile county government tofauti tofauti. Kuna county government ambazo magavana wanatumia hii kama kikwazo cha kuweza kuwasaidia kuwafanya MCAs kupata mapeni yao. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, ile autonomy uliotupatia tunakupa shukrani kubwa, na kwa hiyo tunakupa makofi ya kongole, na umekuwa baba, kwa sababu hakuna lolote ambalo tumeweza kukuelezea, si juzi, si jana, na hata leo umeweza kututatulia. Kwa hivyo wenzangu, members of the County Assembly, I want to tell you that today the President is giving us good news. Mheshimiwa Rais, mara nyingi hawa MCAs ndio ambao wanapitisha zile budget za county, lakini miradi inawapita juu kwa juu, kwa sababu magavana wengi wanapoenda kule ground, yule MCA ambaye amepitisha budget hashurutishwi ama haezi ekwa kuonyeshwa kuwa yeye pia amefanya ile process. Na ndio maana Mheshimiwa Rais, kila wakati tunapopiga kura 90% ya hawa viongozi wanaenda nyumbani. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa niaba hiyo na njia hiyo tumeweza kuja katika magoti yetu kukuomba ile Ward Development Fund, vile ambavyo CDF inafanya, iweze kupitishwa ili hawa viongozi nao waweze kupata sura mbele ya wananchi. Mheshimiwa Rais, hawa viongozi mbele yako wanafanya kitu inaitwa vetting ya CEC member. Lakini kufikia leo CEC member anapata 400,000. Lakini huyu ambaye anamfanyia vetting anapata 150,000. Mara nyingi tukishamaliza vetting, hata mtu ameingia kwa kiti na amekaa, ma-MCAs wanaonyeshwa madharau ya hali ya juu na wale CEC member. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, panapotoka pesa ndipo heshima pia napo inatoka. Na hicho ndicho Kiafrika chetu. Aliyekuwa na ng'ombe nyingi ataitwa mzee wa mji, na aliye na ng'ombe kidogo ataambiwa ni mchochole. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, tuwezeshe. Mheshimiwa Rais, sitaki kuwa mwingi wa maneno kwa sababu mengi tumeweza kukuwakilishia katika mabunge yetu tofauti tofauti, na pia kisisi binafsi kukutana na wewe, na tunashukuru miaka yote toka nipate huu uongozi umeweza kutufungulia ofisi yako na kujadiliana na sisi. Therefore, honorable members, not that I don't know English, but I decided to use Kiswahili because it's a national language. Therefore, honorable members, let's pray that the president is giving us a gift back home. Mheshimiwa Rais, tunataka kuchukua fursa hii pia with Your Excellency, the Prime Cabinet. You've given us, we have had over 3 meetings with the Prime Cabinet after he was given the mandate by the President that he works with us. Therefore, Your Excellency, we don't want to leave you behind. We have to say thank you. Na kwa hiyo tumpatieni makofi. Mheshimiwa Governor Sakaja, pia wewe hatuwezi taka kukuacha nyuma. Tunakushukuru kwa sababu kuna maneno yenye yamefinya mahali, na leo hii tutapata mazuri. Kwa hivyo tuweze kuomba na kufinya kamba ziweze kukua ngumu, panapotoka speech ya rais iweze kuwa njema kwetu. Kwa hayo machache, may God bless the County Assemblies Forum, may God bless the devolution, may God bless the Republic of Kenya, and I say thank you, and to all my Muslim brothers and sisters, I say Eid Mubarak. Ramadan Karim. And for my brothers, Christian brothers, nasema muwe na Lent njema na tuanze mfungo vile inahitajika. Kwa hayo machache, asanteni.
Thank you very much, Chair. Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to now call on the Nairobi Governor, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, to make some brief remarks. Then in turn, invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Thank you.
Asante sana. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, our Chairman, Right Honorable Speaker Seth Kamanza, NSG Chege Mwaura, who is my rural MCA in Ngara, all speakers present, leaders of majority, minority, honorable members of County Assembly. Mine will be very brief. Number one is to welcome you to Nairobi. Feel at home. Karibuni sana Kanairo. It's always a pleasure to have you, to host you here. And as the chairman has said, kuna mambo mazuri Nairobi. Please don't be in a rush to go back to your counties. Mukaikae area. Na speaker wangu tumezungumza naye kuhakikisha kwamba mmekaa mzuri, lakini unajua ningepanga ni vile mdosi yuko na unajua sasa ile rais yuko huku Nairobi. Tumemfunza vitu mingi, moja wao ni kuweka mawe, ingine inaitwa kichele, So leo najua mdosi atahakikisha mambo imefanyika vizuri. Ile mimi nitaongeza, yeye akipanga mimi naongeza maombi. Nitaongezea maombi na baraka. Kwa ndugu zangu Waislamu na madada wetu, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Muwe na saumu makbul kwa muda huu wa Ramadhan, na pia ndugu zetu wa Kristo ambao wameanza mfumo wa wale wa Katoliki ambao wako kwa Lent. Jana tulikuwa na Ash Wednesday. Your Excellency, the members here are the anchors of devolution. Devolution is based on the principle of subsidiarity, which states that a service is best offered at the lowest level compatible with the benefit area. Today, when we were sitting with the leadership, I really felt for them, because members of County Assembly are the first port of call for mwananchi's issues right at the ground. And I'm very happy, and I know you will tell us, because when we're asking them for that job group elevation, it has not been fair that those who vet our CECs, vet the county secretary, vet the county attorney, and also on the ground, many times ukiangalia pay slip, hata ile allowance ya kukaa kwa nyumba, ile allowance ya assembly, it does not augur well. Your Excellency, I have been a legislator for 10 years. I've been an MP and a senator. Tukiwa wabunge, saa zingine ile kidogo inakaa kidogo, but nakuja kila siku, ilikuwa inatuongezea motisha ya kufanya kazi yetu zaidi. Tunaomba uangalie pande hiyo, and us we will support as governors. That one we will support. Your Excellency, the other matter that is critical for us to look at, any good governor would want oversight, because sometimes ni watu wetu wanafanya makosa hapa na pale. Tuwasaidie wawe na nguvu ya kufanya oversight, na pia najua walikuwa wamekatiwa mambo 2-3 ya safari. Ni muhimu waone na wajue, because to go is to see, isn't it? Hiyo kikwazo kidogo is not fair. I know how I myself have been able to build myself over the years by what I've been able to see. I know we are dealing with the wage bill, and we have to put it properly, but some of these concessions will actually strengthen devolution, and they will strengthen delivery at the county level, because devolution is the greatest gift that our country has in our constitution. Your Excellency, the county ward, the Ward Development Fund, I have never understood why, because they are representatives and they do oversight and representation. MPs are also representatives who do oversight and representation. Why would an MP have NGCDF and an MCA cannot have Ward Development Fund? The Ward Development Fund, the same way we address it in the law to make sure it focuses on national government functions, we can have the Ward Development Fund called the County Government Ward Development Fund, so that even for us, we can say there is spread projects across each and every ward in the county. Isiwe tu ni zile ward ambapo governor anasapotiwa ama watu kukombengo fulani ya siasa, zote ziweze kupata your support. And by the way, colleagues, I will tell you, many, and I can speak on behalf of many governors, the problem is not at the Council of Governors. Shida, mnajua wale hawataki muwe na hiyo. Juu ya hiyo kompe kule kwa ground. Sisi tunataka mkuwe nayo. Tunataka mkuwe nao na muipate. Finally, Your Excellency, on the issue of financial autonomy, Your Excellency, I have spoken to my speaker. My leadership here knows. Sometimes, when we have delays at the control of budget, the assumption is that the governor does not want them to get. Your Excellency, I am happy you assented to that bill. Ili pesa yao pia iende mapema, lakini ile nitakuomba, that concession you gave us as governors, that the salary component isichelewe, iwe nakuja by the 3rd, please let's also have it for the county assembly allocation, so that by the 3rd at least that is done, because sometimes exchequer can delay here and there, lakini mambo ya mshahara isiwahi kosekana kwa member of county assembly. So kwa hayo mengi, siku nataka kusema mengi, tafadhali karibuni, feel at home in Nairobi. Na mnajua vile mimi huambia, Nairobi hii mtafute hoteli yoyote ambayo mnajua. Ukienda kwa hoteli hiyo, because of today, make an order. Ile order ambayo unataka. Ingoho, obosuma, pilau, ongeza soda. Ukiulizwa, useme Sakaja alikutuma. Watakuongezea kidogo. Lakini utakapomaliza ulipe bili yako wewe mwenyewe. Jukanairo hakuna cha bure. May God bless all of you and I wish you the best in your deliberations. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for the governor, tafadhali. Your Excellency, with your permission, I'll now call on the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, to make his remarks and in turn invite His Excellency the President. Makofi yake tafadhali. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, the Governor of Nairobi, Johnson Sakaja, the leadership of the County Assemblies Forum, and the distinguished members of the County Assembly Forum. Hamjambo. Your Excellency, with your permission, let me just draw a parallel to this very important forum. One of the most important and renowned presidents of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, maybe perhaps the most famous, I don't know, but you can do your research on this, started off his political career looking for leadership in the Assembly. He attempted about 16 times without victory. And then he decided he was going to go for the big seat, and he became the President of the United States. I'm not giving these good men and women ideas, but what I'm saying is that being a leader of a county assembly is a very, very significant assignment in this republic. Very significant. And since 2013, Your Excellency, when I was then Minister for Local Government, I was assigned the responsibility of pushing forward the first pieces of legislation so that we can kickstart devolution, which we did after voting for the 2010 Constitution at a ratio of 67% for the Constitution to support devolution as the jewel in the crown. Devolution has matured. It has come of maturity. It is a very, very significant anchor and pivot in our Constitution. And therefore, institutions that buttress devolution must be given all the necessary support. And therefore, when you directed that I have a conversation with the County Assemblies Forum, I did so. They raised their issues, which they have touched on and you are seized with. And I believe with your support and encouragement, we shall be able to overcome these challenges so that the County Assemblies Forum and the people it represents can have greater strength as they perform their duties. One big appeal I want to put to the county assemblies through you, Your Excellency, is that county assemblies, I've talked of you having attained maturity. You've gotten to the age of majority.
as institutions. Do not allow your oversight and accountability role to be usurped by another institution. You are the ones who are supposed to oversight the county government. I don't know whether it is by design or whether it is that you forgot. It seems sometimes your role has been usurped. Reclaim your role as those who must provide oversight and accountabilities to county governments. Finally, Your Excellency, I want to associate myself fully on the issues raised, and more so the one of the ward fund. Over Christmas, Your Excellency, we had a chat informally on phone, and I told you that I've been agonizing. And then on the 26th of December, I spoke about the possibility of a constitutional moment for the country. And one of the issues that I thought, with your guidance, needs to be really resolved, and we have the capacity to do so, is to anchor the ward fund and the constituency development fund and all those funds, to have a process of anchoring them properly in the Constitution, so that all these debates as to whether it should be there or not be there can be closed once and for all. So let me rest my case there. Your Excellency, we stand to be guided by you, and it is now my honor to request you all to be upstanding so that we can invite His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to make his remarks and have his interaction with this very distinguished forum. Asanteni sana. God bless you all.
Asanteni sana. Let's take our seats. Thank you very much. Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, Prime Cabinet Secretary, Governor wetu wa jiji la Nairobi, Capital City, Mheshimiwa Sakaja, Chairman wa CAF, ndugu yangu Speaker wa County Assembly ya Kwale, Shege ambaye ni katibu mkuu, na pia nimesikia yeye ni MCA wa, ulisema, lakini ulisema rural. I thought Ngara was urban. Ndugu zangu wana MCAs, amjambo. Good morning. Let me take this opportunity first to welcome you to Nairobi. I know many of you come from far and wide, different parts of the Republic of Kenya, and to congratulate the County Assemblies Forum for being an agent and advocate for devolution in Kenya. Nataka niseme pongezi sana. Distinguished members, ladies and gentlemen, I recognize and honor the extraordinary constitutional mandate entrusted to our county assemblies across all our 47 counties. A mandate you continue to carry out in giving real meaning, real force, and real presence to devolution as envisioned in our Constitution. As members of county assemblies, you are the frontline custodians and steadfast defenders of devolution. Over the past 13 years since devolution took root, you have built institutions where none existed previously. You established the legislative background and backbone upon which county governments operate today. You enacted the laws, frameworks, and regulatory structures that enable counties to function effectively in health, in agriculture, in trade, in planning, and local revenue administration. You have strengthened fairness in resource distribution and ensured that development reaches beyond county headquarters into villages, markets, schools, health facilities, and rural infrastructure. In doing so, you have made equity practical and measurable. Honorable members, from the first day of this administration, I made it clear that devolution is not merely a constitutional provision. It is the ground jewel of our democratic governance and one of the greatest achievements of the people of Kenya. Accordingly, this administration has treated devolution not as an obligation to be managed, but as a commitment to be strengthened. We have advanced fiscal and structural reforms to support more predictable and timely disbursement of resources to counties, and so far, about 4 trillion shillings has been transferred to county governments over the past 12 years. Across the country, the impact is visible in expanded road networks, improved health facilities, broader access to water and sanitation, strengthened early childhood education, and agricultural support programs that are improving livelihoods. We have also improved intergovernmental coordination, strengthened implementation follow-through, and aligned planning and reporting systems so that cooperation, not contest, defines relations between the two levels of government. Most significantly, we have completed the delineation, unbundling, and gazettement of devolved functions, bringing clarity where ambiguity previously created duplication, delay, and institutional friction. Honorable members, even as we recognize this progress, we must remain vigilant and focused. The full promise of devolution is not yet fully realized. The decisive factors before us now is disciplined, transparent, and results-oriented use of resources already entrusted to us. While resources are limited, what we have is sufficient to deliver meaningful change and impact when properly utilized and prioritized and efficiently deployed. The central question, therefore, is not how much we have, but how well we use it. The questions we ask are allocations aligned to citizens' priorities? Are systems efficient? Are safeguards strong enough to prevent loss, waste, and misuse? Those are the questions at the back of citizens and those who have employed us. As leaders closest to the people, you carry both the authority and the responsibility to demand clear answers and enforce accountability. The national government will stand with you in this work. We will strengthen cooperation frameworks, support capacity where it is needed, remove operational bottlenecks, and reinforce systems that improve delivery and transparency. I am aware that you have raised several concerns relating to your welfare as members of the county assemblies, concerns that go directly to the strength of devolution and the effectiveness of service delivery to our people. Before I address some of the concerns and the two gentlemen who have spoken before me, I have had consultations with them. I did ask them to have a conversation with the Prime Cabinet Secretary so that we can address some of the issues that affect county assemblies. But before I do that, I think it's only fair that leaders coming from across Kenya want to know the status of staff in our country. Allow me just to mention 3 or 4 things for good record. Because in the world we live in, there is so much information out there. And there is so much misinformation, disinformation, fake news, and sometimes outright lies about our country. I have the responsibility as the president of this country to always get the citizens of our nation the correct information, and especially leaders like yourselves who have a responsibility beyond being citizens by being leaders at the grassroots. Our economy, I think you saw last week, Central Bank has now reduced the CBR rate, which is the anchorage for interest rates, from 9% to 8.75%, signaling the coming down of interest rates in Kenya. Just for good record, that CBR rate was 14% a few months ago. Put it correctly. We have consolidated and stabilized the economy of our country over the last 3 years. And numbers don't lie. Our inflation has come down from 9.6% to 4.5%. Our exchange rate has come down. Our Kenya shilling has strengthened. Today, the exchange rate is 129 Kenya shillings to $1. It was 165 shillings to $1 2.5 years ago. Our foreign exchange reserves have grown, almost doubled. In 2022, our foreign exchange reserves were $5.7 billion. Today, it is $12.3 billion. If you are an exporter, you used to request for dollars and wait for weeks and months because we didn't have enough foreign exchange. Today, you can get foreign exchange at the click of a button. That is how we have consolidated our economy. And I can confidently tell you as leaders from the grassroots that our economy is now stable and we are on the takeoff. In fact, IMF, about 2 or 3 months ago, released a report that said Kenya had now overtaken Angola and Ethiopia, and we are now the 6th largest economy in our continent. And I want to promise you we are making progress. It's not easy. Some tough decisions have had to be made, but the risk of Kenya defaulting on its foreign obligations is now well behind us. I know to a good extent agriculture is devolved. It was part of my commitment to the people of Kenya and a necessary imperative for us as a nation that we reorganize our agriculture and change the trajectory from consumption subsidies to production support. Today, whether it is maize, whether it is tea, whether it is coffee, our production has gone up because of the interventions we have made. And slowly but surely, we are reducing imports. We have reduced imports of maize, we have reduced imports of sugar, we have reduced imports of rice, because we have chosen the deliberate intervention to promote production, reduce the cost of farm inputs, and make sure that they are delivered on a digital platform to eliminate corruption and pilferage. The partnership that we have built with county governments, with the approval of county assemblies, to partner with counties in the delivery, especially last mile delivery of farm inputs, has been of immense use to us as we seek to enhance our productivity, and I must pay gratitude to county assemblies that have supported that exercise. Asanteni sana. I know we have a shared responsibility on matters to do with education. While education at the lower levels is devolved at the early childhood level, the rest of the education is a national function, but we have had a place to converge. I can confidently tell the country today the challenges that we had in the education system, and we had many of you remember. CBC was a very big problem. Many parents were complaining, teachers were complaining, other stakeholders were complaining, and we had to align the CBC program. Today, we have worked with the stakeholders, and now we have competence-based education. We have removed the bottlenecks. We had serious issues with teachers and teacher recruitment. By January this year, we've now recruited 100,000 teachers. We've closed the gap. We are remaining with 20,000 teachers next year, and then we will completely close the gap on teacher numbers. We have built an extra 23,000 classrooms to remove the gaps that were there, and we have changed our funding model. Many of you will remember, those of you who come from Nakuru, for example, or Eldoret, Egerton University could not pay salaries. Moi University was almost facing closure. My own alma mater, Nairobi University, had very serious challenges. They couldn't pay their dues. I can now confidently tell you, and you can ask any vice chancellor, we have made significant progress with a new funding model that we rolled out that is student-centered and that is determined on merit and need, not on where you come from or which university you're going to. And I say so because education is probably the most important instrument that we can use to sharpen our human capital. And our human capital is the most important asset that we have as a nation. And so it is important that every child in Kenya has access to education, not as a matter of privilege, but as a matter of right. And finally, is to brief you on where we are with matters health, which is again a shared function between the national government and the county government. I must commend the Council of Governors. They have worked with me and the national government in making sure that health does not become a privilege for those who have jobs or those who have means or those who can afford, but health becomes a right as it is defined in the Constitution, Section 43, that health is a right for every citizen of the Republic of Kenya, irrespective of any other consideration, financial, social, religious, whatever. So we're making very good progress, and I am proud of the numbers that are now clear. I was in the city of Nairobi yesterday, and Nairobi, which has the largest population, is actually among the first 5 counties that have registered SHA, despite their numbers. Today we have 29.3 as of yesterday million Kenyans registered, and we have treated close to 6 million Kenyans in the last 1 year who've been to hospital. All I want to ask members of county assemblies, don't allow facilities in your area of jurisdiction to continue to charge citizens for treatment. Let me repeat. As a member of the county assembly, I want you to know every facility that is providing outpatient facility, be it a dispensary, be it a health center or a level 4 hospital, be it private, faith-based or public, all of them, the government of Kenya pays for citizens who go to those facilities for outpatient facilities without any payment. Citizens should be treated. All they need to do is to make sure they are registered in SHA. The rest will be taken care of by the government of Kenya. Let me also say that I have worked with the county government because the biggest challenge that has always been there to the people of Kenya has been the absence of medicines in our facilities. Mwananchi anaenda pale, anaambiwa mambo ni sawa, namna hii, mwisho anaambiwa hakuna dawa. So we have agreed with the Council of Governors. The problem that existed that time was the refill rate of KEMSA. Refill rate for KEMSA in 2022 was 38%. I can now tell you here standing that it is now 97%. Meaning that every facility should have medical commodities. There is no longer an excuse for any facility not to have the right medicines for our citizens. And as county assembly members, please, I want to enlist your support in making sure that we red flag and we profile those facilities that either continue to charge citizens or continue to tell us there is no medicine. We should ask them tough questions. I think that goes to the heart of what Prime Cabinet Secretary was saying, that your oversight responsibility includes making sure that those facilities are working. Members, I have told you about, I wanted to say one more thing. We are, one of the most serious challenges that we face as a nation is unemployment. All of you, I know, you wake up in the morning, you find people, and we have challenges of unemployment, and we have to be deliberate and intentional on how we create jobs. And that is why we have rolled out 4 different programs. We have our housing, markets, and hostels program that now employ close to 500,000 Kenyans, and God willing, by next year, it should be able to employ 1 million young people. I was a month ago with the professionals. These are engineers from the mechanical engineers, structural engineers, electrical engineers, other professionals in that space. And we have recruited about 6,000 of them to help us, to monitor and oversight, working with other consultants. We have also the digital jobs space, which I did ask county assemblies to identify at least one spot in their wards so that we can work with the members of parliament to build at least an ICT hub so that you can have 100, 200, 300 young people working on our digital jobs space. And again, I remember telling members of this assembly that there is an opportunity for you to sponsor. And sponsor in this case does not mean you pay. You just assist them to know where they can get opportunities to work outside Kenya. And all this is moving in the right direction. Today we have 1.6 million Kenyans that were not working in 2022. They are working today in all the programs we have done. And we will continue to open those opportunities. Recently, I was in different parts of the country on the business support that we are extending to our micro, small, and medium enterprises under the Nyota program. I want to ask members here to participate in that program, to mobilize, because we have a phase 2, we have a phase 3, we have a phase 4. So this is an opportunity for you, and we have insisted that beneficiaries must be ward-based. We have said beneficiaries must be from every ward, and we have distributed equally in all wards in Kenya. In the past, such programs would benefit a few people in towns and in places, but we have insisted this time round that because we believe in bottom-up, it must really be at the bottom, and that is at the ward. So these are some of the interventions that I want to ask that you participate. As I have said, all these programs are not programs tailored for political reasons. None of the young people participating is asked whether they support what political party or what religion or all these other considerations. So finally, we are talking about the foundation we have laid. We've dealt and consolidated and stabilized our economy. We've transformed our agriculture. We have stabilized our health. We have worked on job creation, but there is more to be done. That's a good foundation. But going into the future, there are three things we must do. Number one, it's not enough to carry out the agriculture we are doing under rain-fed agriculture. The future, with climate change, with limited agricultural land under rain-fed agriculture, the future is now in water harvesting, water storage, and irrigation. And the plan is to have at least 2.5 million acres under irrigation so that we solve the problem of food insecurity in a permanent way. And that is why you've had me lay out the plan to build 50 mega dams in different parts of the country, another 200 large dams, and another 1,000 micro dams. It should concern you as members of county assemblies that with this rollout, where is your ward? I hope you take time to find out. The second thing that we must do as a country is to generate more electricity. I go to different parts of Kenya, and there is still the perennial problem that we have many parts of our nation that are still in darkness. We've done well. I think over the last 12 years, we have moved our electricity connection from about 2.3 million households to close to 11 million households now. We still have a deficit of about 2 million households to be able to have universal coverage of our electricity connection. But more importantly, the future is in technology. The future is in manufacturing. And energy is the engine that drives innovation, technology, and industrialization and manufacturing. I will give you an example. When I was invited by President Biden and we signed some agreements with the United States, one of the agreements we signed was on data centers between Kenya, Microsoft, and a company called G42 from the UAE. And I was very happy that finally we will have a data center in Kenya powered by our renewable energy, so the world would have its first green data center. But when it came to implementation, after we signed the agreement, I was told, Mr. President, one data center will need like 1,000 megawatts. Do you know how many megawatts we have in Kenya? 3,000. For the whole country. So one data center required, it means we will have to shut down a third of the country to have this one data center. And we wanted 5. We have an opportunity to do 5. So technology consumes a lot of energy. And that is why if we are going to go into the future, if we are going to be competitive, and we have no choice, otherwise we'll be left behind, we have to generate a minimum of 10,000 megawatts in the next 7 years. It's going to cost us something like 1.5 trillion. Mnanielewa? So these are realities that we must live with. When you hear me say, for far too long, we have been making peace with mediocrity, tuko tu hapo, the scale of our ambition, the level of our thinking has been limited. So we need to generate energy, and we have enough energy to generate. In fact, we have 10,000 megawatts potential for geothermal, we have 20,000 in wind, we have more capacity in solar, and we have so many other, including nuclear. So we must take it in that direction. And finally, we must make this country move. Transport, logistics. Today we have 20,000 kilometers of tarmac in Kenya. Japan, which is smaller than Kenya, has 1 million kilometers of tarmac. Do you notice the difference between 20,000 and 1 million? Right? That is why whenever you have a meeting everywhere in Kenya, you are told, barabara yetu ni mbaya. Barabara yetu ni mbaya. So it's correct. That's why we have set out, and we are now in the process of getting 28,000 kilometers to add on to the 20,000 we have. And we want to build those 28,000 kilometers in the next 7 years. We need something like maybe between 12 and 13 billion dollars, which is about 1.8 trillion. So when you hear me say we need 5 trillion, and we're going to do it, tutafanya. Najua kuna watu wengi wako na imani ndogo. And the challenge, listen good guys, the challenge we've had in Kenya is not so much about resources. It is a plan and a leader to lead it. Si tulisema tunafanya affordable housing. Leo kandarasi ya affordable housing na markets na hostels ni 650 billion. How much? 650 billion. Na sio pesa ya kukopa, na sio pesa ya kuomba. Hata kama niliitwa Sakayo, kwani nimekufa? Sababu mimi niko heri. Lakini go to Kisumu today, go to Homa Bay, go to Nakuru, go to Mandera, go to Mombasa, come to Machakos, go to Kitui. So, listen, I'm talking to you as leaders. This country, we have the capacity to transform this nation. We have what it takes. We've been discussing housing for how many years? National Housing Corporation was registered 60 years ago. Mnanielewa? So, we can transform our nation. If you doubted the capacity of Kenya, today the skyline of Kenya, we're building 240,000 housing units, we are building 400 markets, we are building hostels for 180,000 students using our own resources. Yeah? Let me give you another example, because I know sometimes some people think what we are saying is not possible. Ndio unasikia anasema oh, hii ni uongo, hii haiwezekani, because of their capacity to think iko chini. Iko wapi uongo kwa mambo ya housing? Iko uongo hapo kwa housing? Iko ama hakuna? Market ziko ama hakuna? Hostel ziko ama hakuna? Yeah? So, let me give you another example. And I like it that you guys are insisting that you want a pension. Yes. In other words, you believe that savings is the right thing to do. Because for you to have a pension, you must save. Sindio? That's how pension is achieved. Let me give you an example of our national pension. Forget us as an individual, the national pension. Up to 2023, we had a total saving on our social security at NSSF of 312 billion, saved for 60 years. But in the last 2 years, because I insisted that we cannot continue the way we are saving, let us look for the best practice globally. What is the world doing? You know, we cannot continue to say, oh, this is us, or you know, we have to do it this way. Since we changed the contribution metrics, which we changed in 2023 with a lot of difficulty, today, our pensions, what we saved in 60 years, we have doubled it in 2 years. By next year, we will have 1 trillion shillings in 2027, we'll have 1 trillion shillings in our NSSF. Do you guys know what that means? Explain to me, if we go the way we are going, what will happen in 5 years? What will happen in 10 years? You know? Listen, the reason why we roam capitals of other countries to go borrow money is because we have refused to save our own money. The money we are going to borrow from China is the savings of the Chinese people. Their saving is 55% of their GDP. Our saving is 12% of our GDP. That's the difference. So we go borrow from the Chinese, tunakuja tunafanyia kazi hapa, halafu we have to pay with interest. Last year I went to China twice. To do what? To negotiate. No. To go negotiate. Sasa bwana mkubwa, unaona sasa hii deni iko kubwa sana. We are paying $1 billion every year. So we couldn't find space to do any road or to do anything. So we went to tell them, hii deni punguza kidogo, inatuumiza. So forget about what you see huko. Nakuta huko iko parade kubwa. Askari wanapita huko, tumesimama hapo. Unafikiri it is pomp and color. Hiyo parade kiisha, ukiingia ndani hapo, mlango ikifungwa, unaanza kuambia ule mtu tafadhali bwana. Yeye mnanisikia? Why would you subject your president who doing those things when we can save our own money? Yeye mnanielewa? Look, I must tell you this because you are leaders in Kenya. Uganda, which is half our economy, has a bigger social security fund than us. Tanzania here, 60% of our economy, has a bigger social security fund than us because they made the right decisions early. Sisi tuko hapo. You know? But I want to promise you, things are going to change. If we continue the same way we are continuing, I am very confident in 10, 15 years, we will not be borrowing any money from any country. We will be using our own resources, and if we need to borrow, we will be borrowing from our own savings to be able to drive our development. Nyinyi mnanielewa? But somebody has to take the lead. Na lazima mtu akubali aitwe majina. Na lazima mtu akuwe unpopular, lakini we must make the right decisions for Kenya. You people, we are not elected to be popular. We are elected to do the right things for our nation. Make the right decisions for Kenya. I promise you, I will make my contribution to this great nation. I had a meeting with the governor of Nairobi because we need to sort out the city of Nairobi. The city of Nairobi is not just another county. This is the capital city of Kenya. This is the face of Kenya. This is the seat of the Republic of Kenya. Many people who say they have come to Kenya, they have actually come to Nairobi. And that is the impression they carry. If they find takataka all over the place, if they find the place in darkness, if they find the place people being mugged, that is the impression they get of our country. Ama? Yes. So I have a duty, and the law is there to assist the county of Nairobi to make sure that we present the right image of the Republic of Kenya. But you know, many people are obsessed with form instead of substance. Many people are obsessed with titles and positions instead of progress and service to the people. And we must get the right focus. So good people, I am asking for your partnership for us to change Kenya. It is doable, it is possible. I rest my case. On the remuneration of members of the County Assembly. You have stated that your responsibilities have expanded significantly and should therefore be properly recognized within the public service grading structure. And I did ask the County Assembly Forum to work with the Prime Cabinet Secretary and with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, which exercise they have undertaken. They have also undertaken the re-evaluation of the Member of County Assembly role and responsibilities, and they have confirmed that it is necessary to upgrade. So, a job evaluation was duly completed and submitted to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, and as the national government, we fully endorse the recommendations of the evaluation, which include the reclassification of the office of the MCA from job group ED4 to job group E1. That is in recognition of your mandate and workload. And we are going to make the necessary adjustments so that this can be implemented immediately. On the County Assembly's pension framework, we associate with your position that retirement security is not a discretionary privilege. It is a duty of a fair and responsible state to those who serve it. Public service must carry dignity, both in tenure and after service. We see many leaders, when they get out of office, they live very, very badly. And therefore, the issue of pension is something that I have every intention to address. And so, there were two outstanding issues that Parliament was grappling with. I have discussed this with the leadership of Parliament, and I want to confirm that the issues are within reach. We will resolve those issues in Parliament, and we will then conclude because already the matters are in Parliament. The only thing I want to ask of you is that, which you already accepted, it must be contributory. The same way members of Parliament contribute 7.5% of their salary, you will contribute 7.5% of your salary. The same way the employer in government members of Parliament contributes 7.5%, your employer will also contribute 7.5%. That way we will have a pension that will support you. I know there is one final issue as to who is the employer of the MCA. That we will solve it out. We'll solve it, and I guess in the next couple of months we will be able to complete that process in Parliament, and members of County Assembly can be pensioners after 2 terms in office. So mimi naona saa zingine naona kuna MCAs wanasema 1 term. Sasa ukiwa na 1 term huwezi pata pension, shauri yako. Na mimi nimeona raia wako chonjo sana. Wakikusikia ukisema 1 term wanasema kwanza tunaanza na wewe 1 term. Kabla tujafikia wale wengine. On the Ward Development Fund, predictable and protected ward level financing is essential to equitable grassroots development. As the national government, we support the inclusion of the Ward Development Fund within the proposed constitutional amendment framework alongside other protected funds, including the National Government Constituency Fund, National Government Affirmative Action Fund, and the Senate Oversight Fund, so that ward level development is legally secured and stable. So wakati pitisha sheria ya kutengeneza mambo ya Constituent Development Fund, we will make sure that the one for Ward Development Fund is included. I will again ask the County Assembly Forum to work closely with the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary on this matter, so that, because there are certain legal challenges that are going on in court, so that we can navigate the processes and make sure that this becomes a reality. On the anchoring of the County Assemblies Forum in law, the Intergovernmental Relations Amendment Bill of 2024, which seeks to formally establish the forum in statute, is currently at the second reading stage at the National Assembly. I am aware that its progress has slowed down due to procedural contentions over whether it qualifies as a money bill. We will conclude the conversations with Parliament constructively to resolve this matter and ensure that the forum is properly anchored in law without further delay. So again, you guys have a responsibility. When you run into trouble, you have my telephone number. You can always find me. I think there was a matter that was mentioned about refund on motor vehicle reimbursements, or refund on car grant reimbursements. Some counties succeeded, some did not. Now, I can confirm to you that we have resolved the issue as government, and we have agreed with the Kenya Revenue Authority that the matter that is currently before court, we will withdraw the matters from court. We will go to the alternative dispute resolution space, alafu tutapangana hapo ndio tufanye namna hiyo. So I think all the issues that you had raised with me, I have addressed. There are some like the autonomy of the county assemblies. I did tell you that since we have parliament at the national level, the assemblies must have the same, must be treated equally, because we do not control the finances of parliament. So the county executive should not control resources of county assemblies. As was stated, I did sign the law. Now it is the position in law that county assemblies are independent. The only issue that is there is because the budgets were already done, so it will begin to be operational from June when we do the new budgets. Now the county assemblies will budget separately from the county executive. As I conclude, this is my firm undertaking to you. We will work with you, coordinate with you, and respond to legitimate institutional needs in the interests of the citizens you represent. You have my assurance that the national government will continue to provide firm institutional policy and operational support so that you can discharge your constitutional responsibilities with confidence and effectiveness. I thank you, honorable members, for your attention and wish you fruitful deliberations. And as you go back home, please carry our goodwill, our messages of goodwill for those of us who are Muslims, as has been said here. As you enter into this holy month, we will have our support. Tunasema Ramadan Karim, na kwa ndugu wetu wa Kristo wote, especially our Catholic friends. We know it's a time of Lent and fasting. It's a good occasion for us to pray for our nation, to pray for the leadership of our nation, and to pray for the citizens of our republic. Sakaja amewaeleza ya kwamba mkienda kwa any hotel hapa, mujipange hapo. Lakini huyo hawa viongozi wenu wananiambia kwamba mmesota kidogo. Hapa Nairobi, watu wa Nairobi wamenifundisha ati kuweka mawe. Ni watu wa ushago, sijui kama mnajua kuweka mawe. So we won't be able to do anything much, but at least I will at least make sure that whatever Sakaja has said, you go and I will pay for the lunch at least. So, because otherwise I would have invited you to come for lunch. Lakini because I have other schedules, we will organize with your leaders. So, simtasalimia watoto wenu jameni. Na kila mtu asalimie ward yake. Na wananchi wale tunashirikiana na wao. Asante sana. God bless you. And I wish you well.
Naomba sote tusimame wima, tumalize na wimbo wa taifa. Let us all be upstanding to wind up with the national anthem. The anthem. Naomba sote tusimame wima, tubaki mahali tulipo, tumruhusu rais aweze kutoka. Thank you and do have a good afternoon.
Tafadhali msiondoke. Delegates msiondoke tafadhali. Tubaki tumeketi tupate mwelekeo na maagizo. Tafadhali tusalie tu kwenye viti tupate mwelekeo. Asante to the Presidential Escort Band. Mabibi na mabwana, naomba mkae kidogo tu tupate mwelekeo wa jinsi ya kuendelea na program yetu baada ya mgeni wetu wa heshima kuondoka. Tusubiri kidogo tu kwa dakika chache.
DJ weke turumba kidogo.
Manage them kidogo.
Manage.
Tunaomba nyimbo kidogo, burudani hapo kidogo, as we continue to plan the next step of action kabla ya kuondoka mchana wa leo. Tafadhali. Tunaomba nyimbo za burudani kidogo. Asante.
Tunasonga mbele watu wote kwa jamhuri.
Ile program haiko sawa. Kwa jojo.
Nani? Hakuna maswali. Tushangilie.